Do you ever see those people who seem to have all the time and all the money in the world, and you're like, huh, I wish I had that? And then you kind of feel guilty because you're like, oh, wait, no, just me. Okay, never mind. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Ian Chaffin, author of a lot of books and knower of things. And today we're going to talk about how to go for your goals when you are too poor, too broke, or too busy. So let's get into it. So in all honesty, it's very, very simple how to go for your goals, even if you don't have the money or time. And there are 7 things that you need to do and remember in order to get your goals done. And, I have some personal experience with this because this is all the craziness that I went through the last couple of years. I'm like, wait, I understand this better than I did a couple years ago. So yay, I'm learning. Yay. The first one is mindset. You have to be in the right mindset in order to get things done. And what that means is if you're pitying yourself and thinking of yourself as the victim all the time, you're not going to get things done. If you're thinking about how other people have it better than you, you're not going to get things done. And if you're just so negative that it's negative Nancy doesn't even describe you, you're so negative, you're not going to get things done. And I know what some of you are saying, but Liz, that's not fair. My life is terrible. I am a victim, all of that stuff. And it may be true. You may have a really crappy life, like even more than I could imagine. Some of the most influential people throughout history have had really terrible backgrounds, really terrible situations happen in their life, and they still were able to do what they did. And what's the difference between them and a normal person? Mindset. You have to change your mindset. Even if you have to tell yourself every single day, today's going to be a great day. Even if you have to tell yourself after every bad thing happens, you know what? I'm going to get through it because I've gotten through it before. Mindset is key. So please remember that. If you can start and keep a positive mindset, even through the worst of it, you're gonna get through it and you're gonna thrive and it's gonna be amazing. And if you don't think it'll work, well, just give it a try before, doubting it. I mean, the worst thing that would happen is you actually feel good about life, even if life sucks at that point. Oh yeah, that's how we get new subscribers, Liz. Hit them where it hurts. Second part is to actually make goals. Now, we're not talking about dreams. We're not talking about, oh, well, I really wish this would happen. No. You can turn that dream into a goal real fast. You know how? To actually want to complete it. Say, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to figure out how to do it and all that because I want to accomplish it. It's not just going to be, oh, I really wish one day. It's going to be a yes, definitely, even if I have to work for it. And so in order to do this, sit down and actually think about what you want. What's the few things that you want? Now, few. It doesn't necessarily have to be one, but it shouldn't be over 10 because we're just humans here, y'all. Calm down. You don't want to overdo yourself, especially if this is the first time you're trying something like this. Whatever you want to accomplish in whatever time frame you set out for yourself, that's what you need to write down right now. For example, I want to publish Pride. Now, Pride is almost done with its editing, so I think if I really try hard, I'm going to set my date for like July-ish. Now, it's not set in stone, which is okay, but somewhere in the middle of July, I want to have Pride out. So there's my goal, and there's the time frame. Once you know what your goals are and the time frame you have for them, you can now break them up into smaller pieces. Now, there's a lot of idioms out there that express this. One of them being, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. I don't know if any of y'all have heard that idiom, but I have multiple times. And basically what it means is how do you get something you want or how do you get that goal is to break it up into smaller pieces. If you have a huge group project, you don't just start working on the group project and da-da-da-da-da. You actually have to sit down and be like, okay, how can we break this up and who's going to take what? So if your goal is to lose weight, don't just write lose weight, write, I want to lose 10 pounds by the end of this year. Cool. You have about 12 months to do that. All right. So 10 pounds divided by 12 months, how many pounds roughly would you need to lose each month? And along with the step comes, how are you going to achieve these goals? If you know that you want to lose roughly 1.5 pounds, or 2 pounds each month until you get to your goal weight, what will you do? Will you stop eating ice cream? Will you stop drinking all that soda? Liz, will you walk more? Will you exercise more? What are you gonna do in order to achieve that goal? Write those down. Now, you may not actually do all the things that you have written down, and that's okay. Especially if it's a huge goal and you've never done anything like it before, you might start with, well, I'll do something small and build up to it. And a little bonus tip, just because someone else is doing the same goal but differently, doesn't mean you're in the wrong or they're in the wrong. It could be 2 different paths leading to the same goal. Kind of like people who write young adult fiction, you know? I'm not gonna be like, oh, how dare you do it differently than me, because I do it way differently than everyone else, that's for sure. The next and probably the most important thing after making the goals is to make time for your goals. This is where people get messed up a lot, including myself. See, in order to actually accomplish those goals and accomplish those many tasks that you now have, you actually have to have time for them. And I can just hear it. Liz, I don't have time. I'm working 2 jobs. I'm going to college. I'm feeding kids. I'm doing all this. Whether or not that's true for you, it is hard, especially when you are super busy trying to raise a family. I don't have children of my own, but I do have parents who have had kids, and let me tell you, from watching them, oh my gosh, I can only imagine. And, not a but that's okay. You can still make time. Now, a few ways that I've done this myself is to record my days for about a week or 2 and figure out, okay, what am I doing each and every day? Well, I'm going to work for these long periods of time, and usually I have dinner here, breakfast here, and then I look at that schedule and go, okay, when can I take about 5 minutes to do something that will further me along with my goals? Can I exercise for 5 minutes? Yes. Can I write for 5 minutes? Yes. You can do a lot of things in 5 minutes. It's a miracle. It's amazing. And then I also look and go, do I really need to sit there and watch TV for 3 hours straight? Probably not. Probably not. And even though it pains me because I like being lazy sometimes, I stop myself from those 3 hours of TV, even though I'm super tired after work and I just want to rest, because that time is very valuable. It's the most valuable asset a human has, is time, because we actually don't know how long we get. We don't know when we're gonna die. And even if we did, it's still a finite resource. We can't get more time. And because of that, we need to make sure we're using ours as efficiently as possible. Now, does that mean you're working 24/7? No, because your body needs rest, and that is work for your body. Respect your body, get the rest you need, I'm just saying. Which actually goes into the next part. Make time for rest. Maybe you do take one of those days that you have work and spend 3 hours watching TV. And that's awesome. Take that time you need to recuperate. That's spectacular. But also know, resting for 3 hours a day after coming home from work when you could be doing something, just a little bit of something for your goals, isn't going to help you get your goals. So you kind of need to balance goal time versus resting time. You do need rest, and you do need to have a good night's sleep. And you still need to make time for your goals. So balance it. If that means less time on social media, less time on Netflix, less time on YouTube, less time just being bored, then yeah, it's less time for that stuff. But it's worth it in the end. When you get the rest you need, and you also make time for your goals, even if it's super hard and you can only spare 5 minutes, it makes you feel so accomplished at the end of the day. And so much more accomplished when you actually get to your goal and you're like, I did this. Amazing. The 6th point is no excuses. Now, before everyone goes ranting off in the comments, let me explain this. Having an excuse is, oh no, I didn't get to my mini goal. Well, I guess I'll give up. Or, well, I just don't have time, Liz. So for that last one, the fact that you're actually watching this video proves to me that you do have some time, because come on, why are you listening to me? I mean, subscribe. But here's the deal. It's your life, not mine. I can only suggest things, and that's fine. I know what I want to do with my life. I know what I'm going to do. And if I mess up or screw up, or, time just wasn't on my side, or if there was something big that happened that I couldn't stop myself, I'm going to be like, you know what? It was a crap day. I didn't get what I wanted to get done. A lot of things happened. This big thing came up that I couldn't even stop because I'm only a person. I'm only human. I'm going to brush it off. Brush it off and keep going. You can pause your goals for a little bit and then continue on. But the point is, you still have to continue at some point where you're not going to get things done. So no excuses means, yeah, you might have messed up, but that's okay. Or it means that, hey, you haven't started until now, and then you feel like your whole life has been a waste. You know what? Don't worry about it. Brush it off and start. Starting off and getting a little bit ahead is way better than not starting at all because you feel so sad that you have never started at all. Like, that doesn't even make sense. Just start. If you haven't started and you feel bad about not starting, then start. Which gives me to the next bonus tip, and this one can be very sensitive for a lot of people. If you're in debt, it's going to be harder to reach your goals. Maybe you need some extra cash to actually, put into your side business or get some things that will help you have more time, and you can't because you have a lot of debt. And people will know this if they've seen my Debt Kills the Creative series. I'm in a lot of debt, even now. I don't have any credit card debt, but I'm still in a lot of debt. Yay. But with that being said, that could be one of your goals, is to get out of debt or to start to get out of debt. You may be in a huge hole, super deep, but with your shovel, whether it's a job or 2 jobs or, if it's disability or something like that, start shoveling your way out. It's hard. It's super annoying sometimes when you really want to do something. But yeah. And if you're not in a lot of debt and you can spare some cash, definitely put it in your budget. Don't just go, oh, I'm going to have this go here instead of to my debt. No, actually still pay off your debt. Just, a little small portion to your goals if you need that. And if you need to, you can also get some help from people. We live in the age of the internet. It is so easy to connect to people. And there are so many kind, good-spirited people around that would love to help an artist out, that would love to help a writer, an engineer, someone super creative out. It's so cool. Which, by the way, if you wanted to help me out, and I'm not plugging myself or anything. I have a KoFi or KoFi. I want to say it's KoFi, but I know it's not KoFi because their thing is coffee. But I do have a KoFi, and I would love it if you all helped me, get Pride out into a print book and all that. So if you do want to support me, I think I put it at like $2 minimum. That would be great. You don't have to give your blood or anything like that, but if you like my stuff and you like my videos and my books and all of that, it would be great. God, I want to cringe now. So much. And the last bit is to remind yourself that you got this. Even if like a week goes by and you don't do anything because something else came up, or even if you're in debt and you're slowly building yourself out, or if you stayed up way too late and you needed your rest but you didn't get it, it's okay. Like I said, brush it off and just remind yourself each and every day, I got this, I can do this, I'm going to do this. And it's done. I got it in the bag already. Because it goes back into the mindset thing. You're basically tricking your brain into thinking you're awesome because you are, and then your brain will be like, you know what? You are right. You got this. Oh yeah. So just to review, you have to have that mindset. You have to make yourself have that good mindset. You have to make your goals and break them up into smaller goals, and to figure out a timeline that you have for the goals and for the smaller goals. Make yourself actually do it. If you don't know when you're going to get this free time, write down a schedule, a week or 2 weeks, and then figure out. You don't have to do those 3 hours of Netflix. I'm just saying. And make sure you make time for rest. Your body and mind and spirit and soul and whatever else you have in there needs to rest. It needs to recuperate. And definitely don't make excuses when you fail at something. Just say, I failed, and go on. You're fine. You're gonna get this. Even if you have to tell yourself every single day, I got this. You do. Just breathe. You got this. And with that being said, I hope you all liked this video. I really like this video, and I hope to do more. And I hope to do more with my fabulous background that may or may not change because I'm still adding to it. Oh yeah. And I want to give a big thank you to Ariel the artist. Thank you, Ariel the artist, for watching, and I'll see y'all later, alligators. Bye bye.